All right, so moving on to the final segment. We're going to pivot over here to the world of wrestling, and I'll be sharing my WWE Saturday Night's main event summary. So, we've seen WWE Saturday Night's main event return for the first time since George Bush has been in office. It's been a long time coming since we've seen the event take place, but WWE hit it out of the park last night. So, I'll be sharing my Saturday Night's main event summary. So, starting off with the first match that started off with a bang, you had Drew McIntyre defeat Sami Zayn. Now, this was an incredible opener, a great way to kick off the show between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. They had a great match. The spots were great. You had Sami Zayn hit a moonsault off the ropes onto Drew McIntyre on the outside of the ring. You had Drew McIntyre throw Sami Zayn onto the announcer's table on the outside of the ring. And the false finishes and the near falls were great in this match, but Drew McIntyre closing the door, hitting the Claymore to pick up the victory over Sami Zayn was the right call here. Drew McIntyre is pissed off and he's back for vengeance following his loss against CM Punk at Bad Blood at Hell in the Cell. It looks like Drew McIntyre has found a new storyline for him in the WWE, and that's going after every original Bloodline member. He just defeated Sami Zayn. Seems like he has the goal to take them all out little by little, one by one, because he attacked Jey Uso. He attacked Jimmy Uso on Friday Night SmackDown. It seems like he's going to take them all out, with Drew McIntyre wanting to get his hands on all of them. But it seems like that's going to set up for the end game for Drew McIntyre to possibly have another big match against Roman Reigns at some point in 2025 for wanting him to get his revenge on the original Bloodline members. So, with that being said, the next match was Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. Liv Morgan successfully retained her women's world title against Io Sky. Now, this was a great back and forth match between Liv Morgan and Io Sky. I liked how both ladies left their allies behind for this match. They left them behind, and they left them backstage for this match. Now, it was an incredible back and forth match. Io Sky's high flying spots were great to go with Liv Morgan's wrestling style. Io Sky drilled Liv Morgan with that brutal knee strike. I don't know if Liv Morgan broke her nose or not, but after that you could tell Liv Morgan's nose was busted. She was bleeding from the nose. But Liv Morgan hitting her Oblivion finisher on Io Sky was pretty clean in the middle of the ring, and that helped Liv Morgan pick up the victory against Io Sky. Now, Rhea Ripley coming out after the match as Liv Morgan was celebrating with Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio by her side. It seems like the feud will continue between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. And some people might like that, but they got to wrap this feud up because it's been ongoing for a long time, since post-WrestleMania. At some point, we got to finish this feud here. So, fingers crossed for my sake, and probably you guys out there watching and listening, that the Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan feud possibly ends as early as January 6th when Raw makes their debut on Netflix, when we get the women's world title on the line, so both of these women can go their separate ways, because there's no way this feud can drag out to WrestleMania. There's no way it could drag it all the way out to April. I just don't see it happening, so they got to wrap this up. Now, the next match, you had Gunther successfully retain his World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest and Finn Balor in a triple threat match. Now, I said last week on the podcast that I was hoping that we would get Gunther versus Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, possibly at the Royal Rumble for the World Heavyweight Championship. I said that on last Sunday night, but then they put together the match, and it happened as Saturday night's main event. So we got that match earlier for my liking. But as I digress, this was a great, incredible match between Gunther, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor. It was a fast-paced triple threat match. All three wrestlers had a chance to shine in this triple threat match, but the ending of the match showed that Gunther, storyline-wise, has found his rhythm. He's found his confidence once again. After he lost to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel, he seemed like he was a former shell of himself. Didn't believe he was the ring general in his heart. But Gunther went out there in the final 30 seconds of the match, powerbombed Damian Priest on the steel steps, then quickly got back in the ring, put down Finn Balor, hit the powerbomb, the plant, and pin one half of the World Tag Team Champions, that being Finn Balor. Gunther retains his World Heavyweight Championship against Priest and Balor. Gunther's going to move on to continue his reign as the World Heavyweight Champion. Meanwhile, I hope Finn Balor and Damian Priest can wrap their feud up as well. Because again, I don't see how a Balor and Priest storyline could go all the way out and drag all the way out to WrestleMania, all the way out to April. I just don't see it. This is a feud that's got to wrap up eventually as well. So good to see Gunther retain the title. But again, we got to wrap this thing up between Balor and Priest. Now next, you've seen Chelsea Green defeat Michin to become the inaugural first ever Women's United States Champion. Now, I figured both last week in the semifinals that both Chelsea Green and Michin would advance, defeating Tiffany Stratton Bailey in their respective semifinal matches on Friday Night SmackDown. They did that. So that's what's set up for the match between Michin and Chelsea Green. So the match was good. It was a good pace between the two respective women. I was a fan of this match, but Chelsea Green hitting that unpretty, how she transitioned herself from the top of the ropes and transitioned herself to hit the unpretty, to pin Michin to become the inaugural first ever Women's United States Champion was a great fun moment. It kind of gave me goosebumps watching. I was happy for her. The crowd in Long Island, New York gave her a huge roaring ovation when they heard the 3 count. Chelsea Green, it looked like she was very happy. Her friend Piper Niven was very happy for her. And she's the first ever inaugural Women's United States Champion. She could say she's the first ever mid-card champion on the main roster in WWE history. And that's a good thing for Chelsea Green. She's came a long way. She used to be on WWE Tough Enough back in the day. Her professional wrestling career has brought her all the way to this moment. So I think Chelsea Green is definitely going to take her ball and run with it. She's going to be a great first ever Women's United States Champion. I'm looking forward to seeing how her title reign starts on the Blue Brand over on Friday Night SmackDown. Now, in the main event, you had Cody Rhodes successfully retain his WWE title against Kevin Owens. Now, WWE bringing back the Winged Eagle title was great to see. Now, wrestling fans on the internet that were complaining about the Winged Eagle title not being the same one, the same retro one from the 90s, obviously it's not going to be the same one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And sometimes you can't have everything perfect in wrestling. I mean, let's go back to the 90s when the Winged Eagle title was there. It was a WWF title. They can't use the WWF anymore or they'll get sued. That's why their name is the WWE. But as I digress here, it was a good back and forth match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens here. The spots were good. Cody Rhodes hitting the RKO on Kevin Owens on the announcer's table. Cody Rhodes hitting the Cody Cutter from the ropes. Kevin Owens hitting the Fisherman Buster from off the top of the ropes on Cody Rhodes was great to see. And also, there we go. The storyline continues because Kevin Owens hit the stunner on Cody Rhodes, but that was when the first referee was knocked down. Kevin Owens had the 1, 2, 3. He had Cody Rhodes beat, but it was unofficial. So then the second referee came in. The second referee got knocked down, and eventually Cody Rhodes took advantage and hit the crossroads on Kevin Owens on the steel steps to land the 3 count with Cody Rhodes retaining the WWE title. So again, that sets up for a great storytelling because one, the referee wasn't even supposed to count that 3 count. You're supposed to be in the middle of the ring to do 3 counts. He counted the 1, 2, 3 on the outside of the ring. That was wrong. And also, Kevin Owens did have Cody Rhodes beat, but there was no referee to have the 3 count. So here's what I'm about to say, how the story continues. And it's going to be a good idea for you guys. Now, let's get into it. The story here is now Cody Rhodes has retained the WWE title, but at what cost? Because now Kevin Owens has the argument of saying that he beat Cody Rhodes and when he hit the stunner on him, but there was no referee to count the 3 count. Now, the one winged Eagle WWE title was a one-night thing. Well, Cody Rhodes possibly being off of WWE television, Kevin Owens has the chance to be all-time great heel here because now, with that title being there for one night and Cody Rhodes taking time off, that pile driver that he took that wrote him off of television for a little bit, Kevin Owens could have a callback with the Winged Eagle WWE title and carry it over on SmackDown until Cody Rhodes gets back. And this could be a callback to what happened in 1998 in ECW when Taz carried the FTW title, basically creating his own title when he could not get an ECW title. Instead of this time, Kevin Owens could carry around the one-winged eagle title, saying that he's the champion, the unofficial champion, because he didn't get the 3 count against Cody Rhodes. So I think that's good. And also, Kevin Owens can go back to work on SmackDown with a shirt of how Owen Hart had when he pile drive and broke Stone Cold Steve Austin's neck when he got more heat as a heel. And Kevin Owens can have a shirt saying, I broke Cody Rhodes' neck, in a similar format. So I think this is great for WWE television here. But I give the overall Saturday night main event a B+. I think they hit it out of the park. I think it was a great way to bring back a special magic to a event that a lot of wrestling legends like The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, the list goes on and on of what they've done at Saturday night's main event over the years, and they brought it back nearly 20 years later, and bringing back some legends and icons to the event. It was great to see. But that is my WWE Saturday night's main event, the summary. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.